Well, I'm here today kindly invited by Hairspray to check out their new brush range. I have to say I'm a very particular makeup artist when it comes to my makeup brushes, and I'm very particular about the quality they have to be. I am going to be quite critical today, if needs be, on the brush range, because I do expect quite high standards. And it's asked of me everywhere I go, when I'm out and about in shops or when I'm out on a night out, what brushes do I use? What's the best brushes you can use? So I'm excited today to see how these brushes compare to their competitors on the market, which are the high-end brushes that we're going to be kind of comparing them to today. Also, it's very important that when you have a brush set that you're educated in exactly what function each brush is for. So step by step today you're going to see what brushes are used where they're placed on the face, how they're blended. So you're really going to get a huge insight into each function of the brushes today. We're starting off with the foundation paddle brush number 5. I'm going to use Face and Body from MAC foundation. Just pop a little bit on your brush and then just buff it onto the skin. And keep adding a small amount of product at a time. Never overload your brush. You don't want to have too much product on the face and then have to try and blend it away. Better to add more product rather than try and blend away product that you've excess. So a key soundbite for this brush and what you're doing is a buffing action. So back and forth quite quickly. So you're really blending it into the skin. This particular brush is a synthetic brush tipped with natural hair, so it gives you that kind of firmness but gives you the polish of a beautiful finish on the foundation as well. So here we have the stippled foundation brush number 5A. This brush is completely natural hair with feathered hair on the top, so it gives a really kind of buffing action again. Pop a little bit on the foundation brush. This kind of brush I tend to go with more circular motions as opposed to the paddle brush that we just used previously. And if I was to choose a foundation brush between the two brushes we were just using, this would be my favourite brush. It's one I have in my kit myself. Just close your eyes. So don't forget to pop product over the eyelids as well. It's very important. And you can do that with your foundation brush also. Just close again. So this is number 2 powder brush. As you can see, it's got quite a voluminous head on the brush. So with this powder brush and the powder, we're going to dip in straight down like that, but not too harsh, not too hard on the brush, because otherwise you're going to start breaking the hair. The brush is tapered and cut in a way to pick up the amount of product that it's needed. So you just dip in like that. Close again. So start over the eye area. So this is just setting the makeup and giving you a nice matte base for blending your blushers and your eyeshadows. So as you can see, by just buffing the powder on, it just gives that extra finish to your base and your concealer. Okay, now I'm going to use the blusher brush, and it's number 3. And as you can see, there is similarities with the blusher brush and the powder brush number 2, but the blusher brush is just that bit smaller. So we're going to dip into a bronzing product. Just the tip of the brush again. Again, you're not overloading the brush or being too harsh with the brush by shoving it into the product. You just touch off the product and it picks up the amount of product that's needed because of the way it's cut. Get Christy to turn slightly this way. So what we're doing is working from the top of the ear and the outer cheek, back and forth. So even before you touch the skin, move the brush back and forth. So you're giving that nice even distribution of product. So you'll see immediately that it's starting to shade or contour the cheekbone area. So just loads of blending. You really can achieve an amazing chiseled or sculpted finish with this brush. Okay. With the blusher brush number 3, we're just going to dip into a gorgeous blusher from Kohl, which is called Fame, just on kind of the side of the blusher brush, and then just kind of on the high part of the cheek. You're just kind of buffing it on. This blusher is also frosted, so it gives that beautiful glow as well. Okay, so a big smile. So you can just see it just catches the apple of the cheek. So this is number 4 brush, and this brush's function is multifunctional actually. You can use it for foundation brush, and also just after I've done the eyeliner, a little bit of black has fallen down, a couple of dots of powder. So I'm just going to use this brush because it's so beautifully soft, just to wipe off any of the excess powder that may have fallen down. So it's a beautiful cleaning brush, I call this, just to kind of make sure everything's kept as it should be, perfectly clean around the eye area. But like I said, you can use it for foundation brush as well, and also for contouring. If you see this brush, the way it's shaped, if you use this brush with your contour product and just blend from the top of the ear out to the cheek, it's kind of angled in a way that kind of gives you the advantage for your contour as well. So that brush is multifunctional. Now we're going to use a brush number 30. Again, this brush has many functions. You could use it for buffing on a foundation, you could use it for contouring, you could even use it for powder as well. It's a handy brush maybe to have in your bag for a quick powder touch-up brush as well. I'm going to use it as a highlighter brush today. So just getting some loose powder pigment on the brush. I'm just going to blend it to the top of the cheekbone. So this is a pigment from MAC called Vanilla. So it just got a really metallic finish. Okay guys, here we are. We've just finished the makeover on Christy, and I have to say I'm very, very pleased with the tools I've been given today to work with. They're all naturally handcrafted. They're natural hair with beech wood. Beautiful professional brushes, so both from a makeup artist point of view and I feel from a client point of view, these brushes are on par with their competitors out there, which are the higher end on the market. I have in my hand kind of 6 brushes that are my favourite out of the bunch that we have today. I'm just going to quickly run through them as well. The stippled makeup brush, the large powder brush, the blusher and contour brush, my favourite brush of all, which is the tapered blending brush, which is the number 32. The angle brush, and then the buffer brush for underneath the eye as well. Also, can I just quickly mention as well, just on the aftercare of your brushes, particularly on a professional range like this, you need to always keep them clean. And how you would do that is how I clean my own brushes every night is with warm water and Johnson's Baby shampoo, and give them a good lather, and then rinse them gently under lukewarm water. Don't have the water too hot, and don't allow the water to get down into the ferrule of the brush, which is this metal part here, because if the water gets in here, it's going to melt the glue and the hairs are going to start falling out.